Minister has breathed fire at opposition states over fuel prices. Reacting for the first time on the rising prices of fuel, Prime Minister Modi, while addressing a chief minister's meeting on COVID, accused the opposition states of not reducing VAT. The Prime Minister named 7 states, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala and Jharkhand, nudging them to cooperate, saying the centre had already cut excise duty on fuel prices many months ago.
पिछले साल नवंबर महीने में वैट कम करने की बात की थी, सबको मैंने प्रार्थना की थी, लेकिन कई राज्य, मैं यहां किसी की आलोचना नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं सिर्फ आपसे प्रार्थना कर रहा हूं, आपके राज्य के नागरिकों की भलाई के लिए प्रार्थना कर रहा हूं। अब जैसे उस समय 6 महीने पहले कुछ राज्यों ने बात को माना, कुछ राज्यों ने नहीं माना। अब कई राज्य जैसे महाराष्ट्र, पश्चिम बंगाल, तेलंगाना, आंध्र प्रदेश, तमिलनाडु, केरला, झारखंड, किसी न किसी कारण से उन्होंने इस बात को नहीं माना और उनके राज्य को, नागरिकों को बोझ कंटिन्यू रहा। मैं इस बात में नहीं जाऊंगा कि इस दौरान इन राज्यों ने कितना रेवेन्यू कमाया, लेकिन अब आपसे मेरी प्रार्थना है कि देश हित में आप पिछले नवंबर में जो करना था, 6 महीने डिले हो चुका है, अब भी आप अपने राज्य के नागरिकों को वैट कम करके इसका बेनिफिट पहुंचाइए। पिछले 6 महीने में क्या हुआ है, आज चेन्नई में, तमिलनाडु में पेट्रोल करीब 111 रुपया के पास है, जयपुर में 118 से भी ज्यादा है, हैदराबाद में 119 से ज्यादा है, कोलकाता में 115 से ज्यादा है, मुंबई में 120 से ज्यादा है। और जिन्होंने कटौती की, मुंबई के ही बगल में दीव दमन में 102 रुपया है, मुंबई में 120, बगल में दीव दमन में 102 रुपया। अब कोलकाता में 115, लखनऊ में 105, हैदराबाद में 120 करीब करीब, जम्मू में 106, जयपुर में 118, गुवाहाटी में 105, गुड़गांव में 105 है, देहरादून, छोटा राज्य हमारा उत्तराखंड, 103 रुपया है। मैं आपसे आग्रह करता हूं कि आप 6 महीने भले जो कुछ भी आपका रेवेन्यू बढ़ा आपके राज्य के काम आएगा, लेकिन अब पूरे देश में आप सहयोग कीजिए, ये मेरी आपको विशेष प्रार्थना है। आज
As expected, so strong reactions from the opposition. Listen in.
लेकिन कुछ राज्यों द्वारा
Prime Minister should go back to his civics books again. What is he talking about? 26 lakh crores he has earned out of central excise, the central government has earned on petrol and diesel. Has he shared it? What is the account of that 26 lakh crore rupees? You don't give the share of the states of GST in time, which is your constitutional obligation, and then you come and ask the states to further reduce VAT. He should show the way. Reduce central excise and then ask others to reduce VAT.
जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो बात की, अपना पल्ला झाड़ने से काम नहीं चलेगा। लेकिन केंद्र सरकार को भी राहत देना चाहिए और प्रदेश सरकार को भी राहत देना चाहिए।
He is very particularly quoting only the opposition-ruled states to reduce, not even Gujarat nor Karnataka. Whether he can say that they will also reduce their tax? No, he will not. So, the quantum of VAT collected by the government of India is much more, is 3 times than what is collected by the states. We had given notice for discussion of increase in prices in all commodities, and definitely diesel price will have a cascading effect on all prices, commodity prices. The government knows that, but they are not bothered about it.
आप बहुत चिंतित रहते हैं, पेट्रोल का दाम बढ़ता, हम भी चिंतित होते हैं, इसीलिए केंद्र सरकार ने उसका दाम घटाया था और बाद में हमारे बीजेपी शासित राज्यों का मुख्यमंत्रियों ने भी लोगों का हित को देखते हुए बाद में और भी कम कर दिया, 10-12 रुपया। लेकिन जो विरोधी राज्य है, जो प्रदर्शन करते हैं, इसको इशू बनाते हैं, वो कंजम्पशन उसमें कोई किसी प्रकार की कम नहीं करते हैं। पश्चिम बंगाल सरकार को करना होता तो पहले ही कर देते, जब बिहार यूपी वाले किए। नहीं करते, उनको राजनीति करना है, इशू बनाना है। बंगाल में ही टीएमसी के लोग पेट्रोल पंप में जाकर प्रदर्शन कर रहे थे, ममता बनर्जी रास्ता में उतरी थी, लेकिन जब जिम्मेदारी उठाने की बात आती है तब पीछे हट जाते हैं।
Prime Minister blaming the other governments as well as the other parties for the fuel rise is nothing new. It's very unfortunate that a Prime Minister who doesn't understand that he has 10 rupees in his pocket and he can give at least 5 rupees to the people, and he is expecting somebody who has got 2 rupees in his pocket to give all the 2 rupees. This is unfair. This government is absolutely merciless and cruel on the people of this country. He has got the maximum duties, on his hand. He has to reduce those duties first. Or let him say that, okay, I am going to reduce this and maybe you reduce this. He wants to increase despite whether the crude oil prices are increasing or decreasing. He doesn't care about the crude oil prices. I don't want to go back to the old story again. Again, I'm looking into the UPA government when it was $147 a barrel. We were still selling at 30 rupees less than what is being sold today. And if at all he has to give a subsidy also, it is in the interest of the people in these difficult times. He has to provide those subsidies instead of blaming the other state governments.
BJP is back to playing its usual fake news and post-truth communication. This is a blatant lie. I think the Prime Minister is either wrongly briefed or is voluntarily misleading the nation for political reasons. Let me tell you the truth. The truth is that when the international oil prices were falling, Mr. Modi's government has actually extorted money from the average common man of India. From the poorest man to the middle class to everyone, we all pay the same taxes as much as the richest man in the country, which means that this tax actually hurts the poor and the middle class the most. And let me give you one data point. On an average, every year, the government of Mr. Modi is picking up around 3.5 lakh crores as taxes. And this is, I'm talking about the central pool. I'm not talking about the state pool. So really what he needs to explain to the country, in fact, maybe the government should apologize because they have fleeced and extorted and literally indulged in what I would call is the great oil robbery from the people of India. 26 lakh crores in the last 7-8 years. And that same money, this government takes and says, I'm giving you a cylinder, I'm giving you a little food grains, etc. I mean, basically you're robbing a man 100 rupees, you're putting 2 rupees back in his pocket and you're saying, I've done a great job. And here is the Prime Minister of India, who I think obviously is either ignorant of the statistical realities of oil prices or the party is blatantly bluffing around.
Rahul Shrivastav, National Affairs Editor, is getting us more details on that story. Rahul, the opposition obviously is now talking about the fact that if you're asking opposition rule states to reduce the VAT, then you should say the same to BJP rule states as well.
See, I think eventually what it seems that with the opposition mounting pressure, Rahul Gandhi tweeting the fact that there is more interest being charged from people than the kind of the returns they get on fixed deposits. Prime Minister Modi promised 15 lakh and the prices of petrol have been going up. I think it's a political push that the PM has made. The appeal does have economic logic also. But the fact is that all these theories and the counter allegations and allegations which are being made, say, for example, the opposition is saying reduce excise. Now, what is interesting is that if you look at the tax breakup of fuels, 50% goes to taxes as far as petrol is concerned, 40% as far as diesel is concerned. Now, if you take the central excise and says it is 27.90 on a liter of petrol, 21.80 on a liter of diesel. Now, interestingly, in this, a lot of component is also cess, which is not shared by the center with the states, but the excise, which the center collects on fuel, it shares 41% with the states. Now, if the center reduces excise, this demand sounds politically very nice. But the fact is, if the center reduces excise, then the share of the states, the revenue they get, will also go down from the central pool. So it does not make great economic logic. The second element is that the center can reduce the cess which it is collecting on the fuels. But if that is done, the center's compulsion is that how does it fund all these free schemes which is running, free food grain, free vaccination and all these schemes. The center has tied its expenditure in such a way that prices cannot be reduced. Now come to the state governments. The states have a problem. The states, if I give you the statistics, the states are charging very high VAT, and the VAT is in percentage. So each time there is a corresponding rise in the crude price in the market, the oil companies increase the price. So state governments start earning more each time a price rise is there. Now, for example, Rajasthan has one of the highest VAT of approximately 30 rupees to a litre of petrol. Maharashtra 29, Andhra Pradesh 29, Madhya Pradesh, BJP ruled, has 26 rupees. Now the states are getting a lot of their revenue from this VAT. But the problem is, even the states have so many schemes and has a lot of expenditure because of COVID and other things. So where do they tie up their expenditures from? And that is why the key is not this political bickering. I think what is happening in the public space is bad economics and good politics. Eventually, center and the states are showing a sign of a breakdown, and they should get together to do some good economics and bad politics, perhaps.
All right, the Prime Minister today named and shamed 7 states. Of course, these states, opposition-ruled states, are upset, saying that you should also ask BJP-ruled states to reduce VAT and not just name us. It's a perception battle which is ongoing. Rahul, thanking you for the moment. We'll leave it at that.